the Royals Rundown, powered by Royals Report.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Royals Rundown podcast, powered by Royals Report on the Nordcast Network. I am your host here, Evan Dickinson, otherwise known as Nordic 97, here to cover everything Reading Royals, Lehigh Valley Phantoms, and all things minor league hockey in Eastern Pennsylvania. So, the Reading Royals this upcoming weekend are taking on the Trois-Rivières Lions in their home opening weekend. Games on November 8th and November 9th. It is shaping up to be a very, very exciting weekend, and I cannot be more excited to see the Royals in action here at home. Reading has been one of the best teams in the ECHL as of late. They have a 5-1-1 record. They have one of the best records in the North Division. I believe they are second in terms of those teams being ranked in that remark. They have been phenomenal to start this season, and obviously it is their best start in franchise history. They have been incredible. There's no really other doubt to say it. They have been phenomenal here so far this year. Again, I don't really need to say that much more. So the Royals obviously are coming off of a very good weekend. They took 2 of 3 in terms of games, winning 2 of 3 against the Worcester Railers. They did lose their first regulation game against the Maine Mariners, but I will say this, you can't win them all, and that was a massive factor there with Reading, obviously, this year. And yeah, I look at the weekend that was just passed with the Royals. I really thought that they played very well. I don't really blame them that much for the loss against Maine. You weren't going to go 71-0 or something like that. Like, you weren't going to win that many games. You were bound to lose some in regulation at some point. But regardless, going in there again, they played 7 road games. They came out on top there with 11 points of 14? So that is very good. And again, picking up that amount of points at the beginning of the season is incredibly valuable there too. You see teams really struggle at the beginning of the year to pick up points. Reading has not done that here so far. So that plays an active factor there. So far, their leading scorers through this stretch of time here, a guy who has been phenomenal for Reading is Massimo Rizzo. Has 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points through 7 games so far this year. You also have Brandon Sajin, who has 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points so far as well. Jordan Frasca, before being suspended, he has not played this year, has 6 points in 4 games played. He has not played since in Greensboro when he got suspended in that second game, so he has not played since. You also have guys like Carson Golder who have been very good too. Kyle Haskins has been great. Nick Capone's putting up good numbers. Again, you're getting production from basically this whole team, and that is very good to see. The offense, you needed to see that be better this year compared to last year, and you have really seen the improvement so far with the Royals overall offensively. In net, you have plenty of options. Keith Petruzzelli's been awesome for the Royals. 3 wins in 4 games, a 9.48 save percentage, a 1.7 goals against average. You see a guy there too like Vinny Papura. He's played only 1 game so far as a 9.62. The Royals do have all 3 of their goaltenders here this weekend. Yaniv Peretz was sent up to the Phantoms last weekend, but since Samuel Erson's been taking off of injury reserve, and obviously Alexei Kolosov's been sent back down to the Phantoms, now Yaniv Peretz has been called up, or I guess sent back down to the Royals, more or less. Called up to the Royals, called down, whatever you want to call it. He is back down there with Reading for this upcoming weekend. So maybe they do a Petruzzelli-Peretz split. Papura maybe not plays any games this weekend. I don't know, to be honest with you. I would imagine that's what they want to do. I feel like they want to get Peretz in there for more games, but we shall see. Again, Peretz so far this year has not been the greatest, but I imagine they'll probably do a split there for sure. And then you look at how the guys have been doing, like, overall in terms of team stats. The power play still has struggled. They only have, I believe it is 2 power play goals through their first 7 games. On the penalty kill, though, they've been very good. They've killed off the majority of their penalties, which is definitely something you want to be positive with for sure. You want to see that. You want to see them be getting points there, and that is a big factor. And they are killing off penalties, which is a good thing. Again, you want to kill off penalties. Their power play, it does need to be fixed. They've had power play problems for a while here, but that doesn't really surprise me that much. But they'll come to it. Again, I feel like this team has been better in recent weeks, and they've really improved as the weekends have gone along here. So I really have no doubt whatsoever that the Royals will be able to improve down this stretch in terms of their special teams. But overall, it hasn't even really been that bad. So we'll see what happens there with that. When you look ahead to the team that we are playing in Trois-Rivières this weekend, the Lions are coming off of a series loss, actually, against the Greensboro Gargoyles. They won the first game 6-3. Then they would lose the next two, giving the Gargoyles their first wins in franchise history. So there's that factor there too. Trois-Rivières obviously allowed them to do that. Now, these two teams have played before. They obviously played Reading in their season opening game where they won that one 6-5 in overtime. I really thought the Royals were pretty much the better team for the majority of that game. Obviously, that was like 3 weeks ago at this point, almost a month ago now. And I don't think that is indicative of how good Trois-Rivières is. They're still a very good team. They are defending Kelly Cup champions for a reason. You look at their leading scorer here with Anthony Burgard, who has been phenomenal. 6 games played, 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists. You also got Isaac Duford, who was very good as well. 4 points in 6 games played. Mark Estapa, 4 points in 6 games played as well. You see a guy on the back end like Derek Louis Jean has 6 points in 4 games played as well. He's been great there defensively for the Trois-Rivières Lions. And then you look at their goaltenders here. I imagine we're going to see both of Benjamin Gaudreau and Hunter Jones this weekend. Gaudreau in 4 games played, 2 wins, a 2.74 goals against average, and a .903 save percentage with the Trois-Rivières Lions. Hunter Jones so far this year, 3 games played, 1 win, a 3.67 goals against average, and a .882 save percentage with the Lions there as well. A couple takeaways here. Heading into this game, again, the Royals need to play defense. It's the biggest factor there. The biggest problem you saw with Reading throughout their games against Maine and overall throughout the weekend, they've been having some real defensive lapses, which isn't that big of a surprise. Again, when you look at that blue line, it's completely new. It's a new blue line. It's different from what it was in prior years. And again, like that does happen. You know, blue lines will change. But this blue line is basically completely different. Like the only guy that's coming back from last year is Robbie Stucker and Emil Chouinard. Apart from that, this is a fully new, refurbished blue line. And again, like I think that it's been good for the most part, but defensively they can't keep having those lapses. And again, you have to be able to hold back that Trois-Rivières offense. We know Trois-Rivières is going to be a physical team. They love to play that physicality role. They love to get under your skin. That's how they won the Kelly Cup. And I think for Reading, when you get into those battles there with him, you need to just stay out of it after the whistle. There's nothing because the refs will call it if you go at somebody after the whistle. It will happen. So you need to just kind of play it safe, play conservative hockey, and I think the Royals will come out here with at least 2 of 4 points. They were very good last game against Trois-Rivières. I would be shocked if we go into this series and the Royals lose both. I think they get at least 1. I am confident in this team to get at least 1. I think they are good enough for that, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to be able to do here in this weekend. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below for the Reading Royals upcoming weekend against the Trois-Rivières Lions. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the Nordcast Network down below and subscribe if you are new. But regardless, that is it for me. I hope to see you guys at the home opening game on Saturday and then the game on Sunday as well. Thank you all for watching. I will see you on the rink. Let's go Royals.